snap clip that pops off right there. Step 3 is to pry up on the dash cover at the front of the dashboard using a wide bladed tool like this ice scraper. And the whole thing just pops up and off like that. Step 4 involves removing the 10mm nuts across the top of the dashboard. Okay, this is step 5, is removing the sill plates, scuff plates. There's little tabs on each of these metal clips that you can press to release, and it releases much easier. If you just press right in the middle, it releases where the clip locks. It's a plastic T30 headed fastener holding the panel up under the dash, and 3 Phillips head screws holding the panel along the rocker sill. Then it's just a matter of removing the panel and pulling on the clips that hold it to the cowl. First, set the parking brake, put the ignition in run, pull the shifter and handles all the way back. Then step C is remove the bin cover and remove the screws holding that front end. The next step is to remove the cup holder and remove the 2 screws holding that bin in. Then we remove the back of the console. First the inside bin. Just 2 screws holding that in. Very clean. One at each corner of the bin. Then remove the screws on the inside of this bin of the console holding it in place. I've got 3. Accessible with a regular Phillips head screwdriver. There we go. The center screw was longer than the outer 2. Step 7G involves removing the loosened cover loosen the console. Step 9 involves removing the instrument cluster. First, pull the lower cover out. It's just held in by 4 spring clips. Make sure the clips remain in place where they belong. And then it involves 4 Phillips head screws holding the instrument cluster itself in place. Two at the bottom and 2 under the hood at the top. Pull the cluster down and forward, which gives you space to release the connector. Press down on that button and pull straight out, and the cluster is free. The lower dash bezel involves 2 screws on either side of the steering wheel column. A Phillips head screw on the side of the panel, and 2 bolts with a 10mm head on the lower edge of this panel. The panel can then be pulled back. It's held in now only by spring clips. Make sure the spring clips remain on the plastic. So with a 10mm socket, you'll remove the 4 screws holding this brace underneath the steering column. Lower half is held on by a Phillips head screw that is accessed through a hole in the bottom of the cover. You just release the clips that snap the 2 halves of the steering column cover together.